Hey everybody, welcome to vlog number 2. I'm going to talk about what I did in the last week and what is going to be coming up in the future. So, this past week I've been continuing my practice, mostly in field practice and in putting every day like I have been. And boy, it's been a bad week for practice. I feel like I'm regressing in my skills. Putting practice has been annoying because of the wind, but out in the field, I don't know. I'm trying too many things, I think. I did a video recording session. I'll review that video and compare it to my previous one at a later date. But I don't feel like anything I'm doing is helping me, and all the things I'm trying seem to be going worse. So I think what I'm going to do is, because there are tournaments coming up, I am going to just focus on returning to the throwing motion I had and trying to hone that in. I think it's okay. It doesn't look as bad on video as I thought it would. So I know there are mistakes with my throwing motion. I know that I'm certainly not close to where I want to be in terms of what my throwing motion looks like, but it is so far the most consistent I've been. So I'd rather continue doing what I'm comfortable with than trying something new at tournaments. Speaking of, with tournaments, I was registered so that on the 17th, my first tournament would be happening, but I'm still on the wait list there. I'm down at third on the wait list, so there's a good chance I think I'll get in. But because I was on the wait list, I registered for a different tournament coming up this Saturday. It's not PDGA sponsored, I guess, or represented, so I don't think it goes toward my points. My point rating, or the rating system, but it'll be a good practice to compete in tournament play. Plus, it's at a course that I've been wanting to play. So I think I'll try to get maybe in the next couple of days a practice round out at this course because I haven't played it before. But I just want to get into tournaments. I'm ready to try to compete. That's what I really enjoy doing. So that's what I'm going to do. So next vlog, I will have some kind of tournament results. I did play at the course Birch Park that I might be potentially playing in 2 weekends if I get off the wait list, and I'll have a review of that course up for later. I didn't play great. I had some decent shots. I had some bad shots. I looked up, and according to the 2020 results for the tournament, the last year's results, my score of 8 over par is about an 825 rating, which is basically what my current rating is. So it could have been better. I think I've improved since the scores I got last time at the tournaments I did last year in the fall. And so I'm hoping my score will reflect that. If I had shot 8 over in both rounds at this tournament last year, I would have gotten 23rd place out of 33 participants in the intermediate. I'd rather be scoring in the top half of intermediate to try to inch my way up towards that 900 rating goal. But I'll have a review of that course up for later. I thought it was a decent course, and I'll have news, hopefully, that I'll be playing in that tournament in 2 weeks, because I would like to compete at that course. It had some interesting stuff going on. But I'm at this quandary right now where tournament play is upon me. I really want to do well at these tournaments. I want to score well. I want to improve my rating. But my throwing and my putting just doesn't feel like I'm in the groove at all. So I think what I'm going to do is really lean back on my mental game. And I know, just like in real golf, or I shouldn't say real golf, that is discriminatory towards this sport, I suppose. I say tongue-in-cheek, the sport doesn't care, it has no emotions. But in ball golf, the mental game is super, super important. And I remember watching a video on a channel by a guy named Peter Finch, who does golf videos, and he's really good. And he spoke with a sports psychologist who worked with the literally brain-scanning mental part of the game. And I found it super interesting that the top pros, the top players, right before they execute, right before they take their swing, their brain activity just drops. They clear their mind and just focus on executing on the result. And so there's this idea that you do all your thinking before you perform the action. You plan, you strategize, you particularly visualize what you want to do. And then the actual physical process itself shouldn't be using up your brain activity. And I've discovered that's true in many things, where you try to want to get into the zone And so I think what I'm going to focus on is forcing myself to visualize everything. I tried this some last year at the tournaments, but I'm really going to focus on visualizing every single shot, not worrying what my mechanical things are. I think maybe I'm just overthinking it all, and just visualize on the results of what I want to do. So I'm curious for you all watching, what are the mental tips? How do you go into tournament play or even just playing around mentally to try to improve your scores? How do you prep for tournaments, especially when you're throwing motion or you just feel awkward, you don't feel well? I'm curious to see if anyone else has any other ideas along those fronts. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll be posting my In the Bag video in just a couple of days, and then you'll have a tournament result that I'll be talking about next week in this vlog. So if you enjoy this and you want to keep up, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, comment, give me some ideas of how to improve my mental game, my focus on these tournaments, so I can do better than maybe my physical throwing would dictate otherwise. I want to get every edge I can to improve my score. Please comment below. Thanks for watching. Talk to you next time.